So today is a very special day, and it is Panihati festival, Dahi Chida festival, or also known as Donda Utsav. And we are very pleased to have this wonderful ISKCON family and friends, especially from ISKCON Niagara Falls, to grace our Giriraja Nivasa. And we will try to speak on this very special subject. Now there are different levels which I don't know. Do you all want it as simple as possible, or you want the secrets? Okay, because our Gaudiya Vaishnavism is full of deep. It's an unlimited deep ocean where there is no bottom. What does Mahaprabhu say? Ananda Ambudhi Vardhanam. So the Ananda Ambudhi means ocean, and Anand means bliss. Now who is that? What does Ananda Ambudhi Vardhanam mean? Most of you all know Chaitanya Sistastakam. What does it mean?
The pleasure, the bliss keeps increasing and increasing.
Of?
Harinam.
Okay, very nice. Harinam, and who is Harinam?
Radharani and Krishna.
Very nice. Not only Radharani and Krishna, just to add a little bit more, along with their most intimate associates in Vrindavan, in Vraj. So they are already an ocean of bliss, but their bliss also increases. So you can imagine, one can, depending on the devotion, this bliss keeps on increasing, not only of the devotee, but of Radha Krishna and their associates. So this particular pastime or lila is about a few things. Number one, it is the utkantha. Utkantha means the deep longing desire. And here in this case is this Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. His longing desire to leave the home, to join the sadhus, to join Mahaprabhu. It is mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that actually he met very briefly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Shantipur. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, he was barely 12 years old at that time. Go home. Not now. And do your bhakti in such a way, live a normal life, but keep it a secret. You do not need to display it. That is a very important, even Rupa Goswami Prabhupada says that we have to perform our daily duties in our society, with our family, and internally our bhakti, it's a bond between Krishna, his associates, and the devotee who is practicing that devotional service. It is not something that it has to be displayed, wherein it can cause disturbance in the family. So a lot of devotees, sometimes even youngsters, youth, they say no to their parents, they leave the home, they become brahmacharis, parents are crying. A similar situation happened with Raghunath Das Goswami. He was actually the son of a very rich person, Govardhan Majumdar, big in West Bengal. I think now that part is in Bangladesh. And so much wealth they had, father, uncle, both of them. But in spite of that, he was not attracted, such a young boy, with that. And he was immediately thinking, I must leave home. And he tried to leave home many times. But his father then had to employ security guards to lock him up. so that he would not escape. So Mahaprabhu, who is also the Antaratmadrik, the super soul, Paramatma, he knew of his situation. He says, the time will come, don't worry. And eventually, the time did come when he actually took initiation, Raghunath Das Goswami, from Yadunandan Acharya. And Yadunandan Acharya, he actually, the Guru arranged how to escape from home when the time came. So, Yadunandan Acharya was that kind of Guru. That he said yes. But before meeting Mahaprabhu, we have to first surrender to the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. Nitai pada kamala koti chandra sushitala je chaya jagat judai. Heno Nitai vine bhai Radha Krishna paite nai. And who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Radha Krishna ekatanu nidhuvan maje vamshi vajaye. So they are actually a combination. Vrajendra Nandan Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani is Mahaprabhu. So in order to obtain Mahaprabhu, Narottam Das Thakur says that Dhrido kari dhiro nitai pai. Catch the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. Further in that same bhajan he says that Vraje Radha Krishna paite. If you take shelter of Lord Nityananda, then we can get Radha and Krishna in Vraj. This is the most important thing. Sometimes, last time I think when I was in Abhiram Prabhu's home, we mentioned some very important Gaudiya principles. That there are many types of Krishna. Prabhupada has said that. You sang this song, Bhajaure Mana Sri Nandana. So Prabhupada has given his explanation. Many explanations he has given, and he has sung it also very well. And he says, Bhajahure Mana Sri Nandanandana. So who do you have to worship? Nandanandan. And who is Nandanandan? Krishna of Vrindavan. Not Dwarkadish, not in Mathura, not Lord Narayana, not Dasrath Nandar Ram, but Bhajahure Mana. Oh, Govindas is saying, oh my mind. He is pleading to the mind. Mana Siksha. Please worship Sri Nandananda. That is the bhava. So, but without Lord Nityananda it is not possible. We can try all we want. That is why there are so many devotees of Krishna outside the Gaudiya line. They can never get entrance into Vraj Parade. They can never get entrance into Vraj Parade. And never ever they will get into the inner circle of Srimati Radharani. That's also very important. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give us. He just didn't come to give us Harinam. Harinam is the cause and also the means to take us to that highest point of Radha Dasyam. Entering into the service of Sri Radha along with Krishna. But like what we sing, Nikunja, Ratikeli Siddhe, Yaya Alivir Yukti Rapekshaniya, Tatra Ati Dakshat, Ati Valdavasya, Vande Guruho Sri Chandra. So Nikunja, Ratikeli Siddhe. Nikunja means the most confidential part of the Leela that happens in a natural room that is created by flowers, trees intertwined. Like if you have gone, most of you all may have gone to Vrindavan and you may have gone to Nidhivan. And have you seen those trees that are entangled? And then they create a nice, beautiful space which is very cooling. But in the descriptions that are given by our Gaudiya Acharyas, like Prabodhananda Saraswati Pad in Vrindavan Mahima Amrit, they are not only just what we see with our eyes, but for those who have the proper eyes, they can actually see emeralds, diamonds. It's all studded. It's so beautiful that one cannot even imagine. It's such a beautiful, and they are like millions of like Kalpa Vriksha Lakshatriteshu, like that. They have thousands and thousands of Nikunjas, and in different places they perform their pastimes. So, in order to enter that, we have to qualify. That is the qualification. So, we have to follow in the footsteps of our acharyas. Dharmasva tatta nihitam guhyam mahajana jena kathasapanta. The most confidential part of dharma, only the great mahajans or the great devotees have understood. So we have to follow in their footsteps. So Lord Nityananda is the one that can actually take us, qualifies. And Lord Nityananda is none other than Lord Balram. Brajendra Nandana Sachishuta Hoilo Sei Balram Hoilo Nitai. Hari Hari Vifale Janama Gainu Manusha Janama Paya Radha Krishna Na Bhajiya Janiya Shuniya Visha Khainu. Brajendra Nandana Sachishuta Hoilo Sei Balram Hoilo Nitai. So Lord Balram is the Adi Guru. He is the source of all the Gurus. All Sadgurus are empowered by Lord Balram and Lord Nityananda, non-different. As a matter of fact, Lord Nityananda, along with Mahaprabhu, they are known as Avdhari Avatar. Even more merciful than Rajendra Nandan Krishna, than even Krishna of Vrindavan. Even more merciful. So, taking shelter of Lord Nityananda is utmost important. Nitai na bolilo mukhe, majilo samsara sukhe. Lochandas Thakur says. What is that bhajan? Nitai pada, no. Bhajo bhajo bhai, Chaitanya Nitai, Sudrida Vishwasa Kori. Vishaya chadiya, sera se majiya, mukhe bolo hori hori. Parama karuna, pahudui jana, Nitai Gaurachandra, Nitai Gaurachandra. So, finally, Yadunandan Acharya, he makes the arrangement and he first meets not too far between Mayapur and Kolkata. There is a place on the banks of the Ganges known as Panihati. And there, Lord Nityananda was sitting on a huge rock, like a king on a throne. He is the king also, big king, because Guru is king. साक्षात हरितेना समस्त शास्त्र उक्तास तथा भाव यथा एव सद्भि किंतो प्रभो या प्रिय एव तस्य वंदे गुरो हो श्री चरण. साक्षात हरित्वेना. He is not Hari, but he has got all the qualities of Sri Hari, especially compassion. That is why Haritvena, Sakshat Haritvena, Sakshat Haritvena. So that is why some of them are perplexed. Why we are worshipping Guru? Why we are worshipping Srila Prabhupada so opulently? Recently, I think a few weeks ago or a couple of weeks ago, I posted a very nice post. Prabhupada was in the US and he was speaking at university, and there were some reporters also. So one of the reporters said that, and he was explaining the four varnas, meaning the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, the four classes of men. So then, after his lecture, one reporter was very aggressive. He told Prabhupada, you think you are a big man? You are taking so much worship from everyone? That you are taking so much worship from everyone. And Prabhupada was so humble. Literally, my eyes were wet when I read that. He says, no, I am just a 5th class man, not even 4th class. I am the servant of all. But he is the king. That is why because he represents Lord Nityananda. So Lord Nityananda was sitting on that throne like huge stone asan, and from far, when Raghunath Das Goswami saw Lord Nityananda, the first thing he did is offered his obeisances from far. Dandavats. What does Dandavat mean? Danda means stick. And when a stick falls, every part of the stick touches the ground. That is why it is called Dandavat. That is the proper system in our Vedic culture. When we meet, when we see some advanced Vaishnavas, when we see such personalities, we should offer our prostrated dandavats. We should not be conjuice. What is that conjuicy we do sometimes? Of course, for those whose health is not good and they cannot go on their knees, it's a different story. Just I'm making a light joke out of it, but that's how we get mercy. Actually, there is another quick pastime that I'm reminded in 26 Second Avenue. In the beginning days when Srila Prabhupada was speaking Hari Katha and Kirtan, as usual, Prabhupada has set the standard, Jai Radha Madhav, Kirtan, and then Hari Katha. So before Hari Katha, the Jai Dhvani, Jai Om Vishnupad, Paramahansa Parivajagacharya, Ashtottara Shri Srimad, His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai, and then he would call out the Jai Dhvani. Everybody was taught to bow down sooner or later, but there was one person who would stand in the back and never bowed down. The whole hall in 26/7, everybody was bowing down at Prabhupada. So then Prabhupada looked at him and he said, "Yes, Greg, what's your problem? Why aren't you bowing down?" So he said, "Swamiji, I just don't feel like bowing down." He said, "No, you must bow down. Because when you bow down, the more you bow down, you give up your ego in installments." See, Prabhupada was so witty. So his name later on became Gargamuni. He was the brother of Brahmanand. So today he is also still there, very old. He is in Vrindavan Dham. Brahmanand Prabhu left his body about 8 years ago in Vrindavan. So Raghunath Das Goswami offers his dandavats. And when Lord Nityananda sees him, Lord Nityananda in a very, very playful mood, he says, "You thief!" That's what, just imagine, somebody is offering you so much respect and then you kind of tell him, "You thief! Come here." But that is the relationship. So here, the first thing that I had mentioned in this Leela is Utkantha, the longing to give up everything and only consider your full life, body and soul for Krishna. That should be the ultimate goal. Second thing, through this Leela we find that the Lord has got the most love for his most intimate associates and devotees. He can treat them anyway, he can joke with them anyway, and he can speak sarcastic words to them in any way he likes. And that is the nature of Vrindavan Leela. Please try to understand this component. It is called Kataksha or sarcasm. Most of the language that is being spoken or the words that are exchanged in Vrindavan is all about sarcasm. So for example, Radharani is the most expert, Lalita, Vishakha and the Manjaris are the most expert in giving tana. Everybody understands tana? Tana means to criticize. Criticize. But that criticism is of a very high transcendental nature. Like for example, if Krishna tells Radharani and the gopis, now you cannot pass through this. For example, in Danghati, in Govardhan, you have to pay tax. You have to pay tax. You cannot go. So Radharani says, look at this rascal of who is stealing everybody and he thinks he can do this nonsense here. Have you not heard of my father? He is the king, King Vrishabhanu. Go and cheat others. We are not going to get cheated, but they want to get cheated. See, that is sarcasm. You get the point? Eh? Like for example, I will give a very, very material example. That way it will make it even more clear. Supposing, in India we find, especially we Indians have this habit. Somebody gets into a fight, right? And 3 people hold you, and 3 people hold that other person. Oh no, leave me. Chodo bhaiya, chodo. But inside, he doesn't want to. Have you not seen that?
Yes.
Am I saying the truth or not? Arey, chodo. No. And the more they catch him, he wants to. But internally he says, you know what? That man is much more stronger than me. If they leave me, all my 32 will be gone. So, Vrindavan is all about that. So, Lord Nityananda takes that liberty with Raghunath Das Goswami. Why is that? So, there is some secrets here. And I will try to incorporate a little bit because I don't want to make it so cumbersome. But because it is today Panihati festival, the actual day, I think if I don't, then I will maybe not do full justice. So, he says, you thief, why aren't you coming close? Because generally thieves stay far. They don't come close. So, you thief, come here, you're caught now. And what? You will be punished. Danda. In Bangla, it is called Bengali Danda. It's Danda Utsav. So you have to feed everyone. And it was a very hot time, 50 degrees Celsius. Cooling foodstuffs like cool yogurt, chida, paua in Gujarati, mix it, and other cooling stuffs like camphor, banana, dry fruit, all this stuff. And you have to, because Nityananda Prabhu also knew that financially he was very capable. And you have to feed her. And when this pastime happened, so many devotees, Brahmanas appeared from where we don't know, all over Navadvip, Mayapur, in that province, that they did not have even room to stand on the ground. Some of them were standing in the Ganga river. And 4 pots were made of different types of Dahi Chida. And first it was offered to Lord Nityananda. And then Lord Nityananda was very pleased, and of course then it was distributed to everyone. And then he put his lotus feet on Raghunath Das Goswami. And he also gave him his remnants. Not only that, Mahaprabhu had already disappeared. Mahaprabhu had already wound up his pastimes. But Lord Nityananda summoned him. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually appeared there. And everybody could see there. And how Lord Nityananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enjoyed that Dahi Chida. So, there is one good pastime that I remember in Vrindavan or in Vraj, similarly about Dahi. About what? Yogurt. So, Mridanga, please. One very great Vaishnava by the name of Paramanandas. So he comes in the Sri Vallabh Sampradaya, and he has written this many wonderful bhajans in Vraj Bhasha. Just like we have Vaishnava bhajans in our Gaudiya line in Bangla, but this is the Vraj Bhasha that Radharani, Krishna and all the Vrajvasis speak. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke Bangla, but Krishna and all his associates in Vraj, they only spoke Vraj Bhasha. So in that says, Aaj dadi meetho Madana Gopal, Aaj dadi meetho Madana Gopal, Aaj dadi meetho भावे भावे मोही बिहारो झूठो चंचल नयन विशाल के आज सखी आने पात बनाए गोना दीजे सबन को बात के आंगनी किन नहीं पायो सुनो रे भैया मेरी हथेली छान के आंगनी बहुत दिन हम बसे कुमुदवन बहुत दिन हम बसे कुमुदवन कृष्ण प्यारे साथ के आंगनी ऐसो सागर कभू न जाचो ऐसो सागर कभू न जाचो सुन गोकुल के नाथ के आंगनी आपल खात खवात कारण मानस दीनारू आज धनी परमानंद प्रभु हम सब जानत तुम त्रिभुवन के धूप के आज धरी So in Vraj Leela, Krishna and the cowherd boys, they go about in the morning around 8:30 or so for Gwalcharan, to herd the cows. And then during Madhyan Leela, meaning the noon time, they find a nice cooling spot, maybe a big tree, nice shade, and Krishna Balram sit in the middle, and all the Gopas are sitting around in a circle. There's a very nice famous picture in ISKCON, if you have seen that, where they are doing that picnic.
Yes.
Now that is something very, very similar in this. So they all, mothers, that is called pack chak. Chak means lunch. That is a Brajavasi word. Chak means lunch. Breakfast means kalevar. And in the evening, at night time, during Shayar, that is Vyalu. Vyalu. So these are Braj words. During night, the offering. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So they all bring their own gutri, their own potli. So today Mother Yashoda has, like many times before, has packed some nice sweet yogurt. Dahi. We're talking about Dahi Chida festival, no? Has packed some dahi. So what does Krishna do during the lunch time in a picnic setting? He sits there, and under the tree that he's sitting, they've got big leaves. So personally, Krishna says that the Paramananda, he is making leaf cups from that leaves that have fallen, and from his little matki that mother has given, he puts a little bit in each, and he's distributing it to the coward boys. So that is why now the coward boys are saying, Aaj Dadi Meetho Madana Gopal. Today the yogurt is more sweet. The dahi is very sweet. And he's saying, Paramanandas, that Dije Sabana ko baat. He makes it, the leaves, and he's distributing to all. But then Krishna, everything is finished in the matki, in the pot, nothing left. So then he's saying, those who are sitting in the back, Jina nahi payo, suno re bhaiya, those who have not got anything, please listen to me. Meri hateli cha, whatever is left on my palms, you come and lick it. And therefore the Gwalbals or the coward boys say, Aaj Dadi Meetho Madana Gopal. He says, Paramanandas is describing that Bahut din base hum Kumudavana. Many times we have come to Kumudvan. Kumudvan is a very beautiful place. It's in Kamyavan, in Vraj. Kumud means actually lotus. So a lot of lotuses are there. Even today it is nice. Of course, everything is getting very populated nowadays, but still compared to Vrindavan. So Kumudvan, that's where they pick different spots, because Braj is what? 84, 84 coast mandal. So today here, today there, today where, wherever they want, Krishna, they decide. So Krishna is saying, now the coward boys are saying, the Gwalbals, बहुत दिन बसे हम कुमुदवन ऐसो स्वाद कभी ना चाख्यो. Such taste we never tasted before, because what was stuck to Krishna's palms, fingers? Aaj Dadi Meetho Madana Gopal. So Lord Nityananda in this way shows his special mercy to his very dear devotee. Now Raghunath Das Goswami, we have to remember one more thing, some secrets now, coming to that part. I think I had mentioned it before once, and again I mentioned, in many lectures, but I'm talking about the Niagara group. We are very, very fortunate. We have actually no idea how fortunate you are. Prabhupada has said that. I have brought you the biggest fortune, but you have no idea how fortunate you are. These are Prabhupada's words. I have brought you. He told this to one German devotee, Prathu Prabhu. Now he's extremely old, in his 90s. He still is in Vrindavan. Most of the time he comes there. He personally told me this. Prabhupada said that you have no idea how great your fortune is. Now the question is that what is that fortune? I'll make it a little interactive. Open it up to our wonderful devotees. What is that fortune?
That we
Is
are
it what? Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Gardhan Aave, Sukh Sampati Aave, Dollar Kamave, America Jave. Is that the fortune? Huh?
Love of God.
Huh?
Love of God.
Love of God. Okay, that's generalized. It's like saying, Madhukar Prabhu, where do you live? And you say, I live in Canada. Huh? But supposing if you sit in a taxi or Uber and say, sir, where do you want to go? Canada. Yeah, that's not, of course, answer is correct, but at the same time we have to be more precise.
The treasure.
You have to say, like for example, today's satsang, I had to put that on the WhatsApp group, 41 Admiral Road. I didn't just put Welland. Right? Otherwise everybody will be finding where. Right? Or immediately people will be messaging, what kind of address is this? Just Welland.
Madhurya Ras.
Madhurya Ras, very nice. No, but even within Madhurya, further refining.
Vipralamba.
Vipralamba is true, very true. But even within that, there is a refining.
The treasure of Harinam.
Treasure of Harinam takes us to that. Harinam has got many different benefits. And I think you were there in one of the kathas that I had spoken. And I had given this very simple example. Harinam is consciousness. I'm saying this again, maybe you heard it before, but for those who have not. Harinam is consciousness. So for example, and I will give a very simple example to make this point a little more clearer. Supposing, we'll take a practical example. Say a child, 7 in the morning, is standing by the door and father is still upstairs adjusting his tie or jacket, and the child is saying, Papa! So immediately Papa says from upstairs, yes beta, I'm coming down, I know I have to take you to school. Give me just 1 more minute. Only word is Papa. Now in the evening time, the same child is upstairs in the bedroom and father is maybe in his downstairs in the living room on his laptop or maybe reading the newspaper, and she or he is saying, Papa! And immediately, what does Papa? Yes beta, I'm coming upstairs to read your story. It's bedtime. Word is Papa. Consciousness is different. So, Harinam has got many different consciousnesses. So, for example, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is not something that was invented by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is existing since time immemorial. There is a reference in Kalishwaran Upanishad between Lord Brahma and Naradji in some Satya Yuga. It's a constant cycle, you all know that. And in that, we find that even now in Bharatvarsh or in India, many different devotees of different Vaishnava Sampradayas are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Like for example, the Sikh Sampradayas, they also chant Mahamantra. So what does that Mahamantra mean to them? What is their consciousness? The word Hara or Hare is basically addressing. So somebody whose name is Sita, and if you want to call that person, you say Hey Site. That is Sanskrit grammar. Like if you want to call Radha, you don't say Hey Radha, Hey Radhe. Like in 6 Goswami Astakam, Hey Radhe Vraja Devaki Chalalite, Hey Nanda Suno Kuto, Sri Govardhana Kalpa Padapatale, Kalindi Vande Kuto, Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghujugo, Sri Jeev Gopal. Hey Radhe, Lalite, not Lalita. Hey Lalite, calling out. So, for them, Hara is Mahalakshmi, Lakshmi Devi, not Srimati Radharani. That's their consciousness. And Krishna means the all attractive, the Lord of Vaikuntha Adipati, Lord Narayana. That's their consciousness. But as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, further refining. Now coming to Hara, the word, there are so many gopis in Vrindavan. there are 4 classes of gopis. One class is Swapaksha Gopi, the gopis in the camp of Srimati Radharani, our own. Second class is Vipaksha Gopi, opposite camp. Opposite camp.
Chandravali.
Chandravali, Shaibya, etc. The third class is Surud Gopi. Surud means they are well wishers to both the group. And the example of that Gopi is Yamuna Devi. Yamuna Ji. Yamuna Ji. And then the other fourth class is Tathastha. Sometimes on this side, sometimes on that side. We find that, no? Even in our friendship, sometimes we take the side.
Like political party also.
Political party, politicao, anytime. So, like that, depending on the situation. So, these 4 classes. So, hara is also meaning that, depending on the consciousness. But for us, what is hara? Or hare? It is the Swapaksha gopis, especially in the of Radharani, including the topmost gopis, Srimati Radharani. So that means all our Vaishnava acharyas, they are all Manjaris, and they are in the Swapaksha group of Sri, they are Prana Sakhis of Srimati Radharani. And that is what I mean by what is the highest fortune that Prabhupada is talking about. It is a very, very deep secret that we have to understand through our maturity. What are we asking Vrinda Devi? When we are singing the Tulsi Bhajan.
Radha Krishna Seva
Pao, Ei Abhilashi. Moro Ei Abhilash, Vilas Kunje Diyavas, Nayane Heribo Sada Jugalal Parasi. Ei Nivedana Dharo, Sakhir Anugata Karo, not Sakha, not something else, not Pita, no Mata, no Vatsalya Ras. We sing it like parrots without understanding who we are, what college we are in. Most students, or at least all students know if they are studying in some college. What are you studying, my dear student? He will say, I am studying chemical engineering. But so if you're standing outside a college and you ask a student, what are you studying? I don't know. Most of us are like this, I don't know. Krishna Prem. It's like, I live in Canada. Are we saying they don't have Krishna Prem? Sri Vallabhacharya has so much Krishna Prem. Ramanujacharya and so many of the other Nimbarka Acharyas, they have Krishna Prem. But there are different types of Prem, different delineations. That is the most important thing, that we have to at some point come to that maturity. At least we have to have that deep desire. So, the 6 Goswamis, we find that to the right of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami are in the middle. Okay, and to the right of Rupa Goswami is Raghunath Das Goswami. Now, let's say for example, who are they? Sanatana and Rupa Goswamis are in the middle. Sanatana Goswami, now by the way, for those, just to give a little bit of introduction, then sometimes people say that, don't speak so advanced topics. But my question is that why not speak so that we can have that desire?
Yes.
Supposing, if I know that there is an advanced phone out there, whatever, I don't know, the youngsters know, iPhone 17, Pro, Plus, something like that. Max. Unless and until, I may have a lot of money, but if I don't know about it, how will I even think of buying it? Just giving a very simple example. Information is important, then understanding and then realization. It's 3 stages. But information ही नहीं है तो क्या करेंगे? Back to Godhead, back to Godhead. What back to Godhead? Back to Godhead is a very big place. 3/4 of the creation is back to Godhead. So which part of Vaikunth would you like to go after chanting 16 good rounds and following the 4 regulative principles? किधर अच्छा लगेगा हमारे यतीन प्रभु को? कहाँ अच्छा लगेगा?
वैकुंठ धाम।
देखा, यही तो प्रॉब्लम है, उनको वैकुंठ जाना है। ठीक है, चलो अच्छी बात है। तो आपको तो जाना पड़ेगा दक्षिण भारत में, रामानुज संप्रदाय को ज्वाइन करो, वो वहां आपको ले जाएंगे बिल्कुल। That's why I'm speaking this. Many, when I go all over the world, many places, some of them they say you're speaking very, very high level stuff. But I said, if we don't, when will that desire arise? If Mahaprabhu is our dean, our Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada is the principal of this college called ISKCON. And if we don't know what subject we are studying eventually or what we are going to aspire eventually, graduation किसमें करेंगे? हमें idea ही नहीं है. If we don't have any idea on what we would be going to be graduating in, then isn't that a tragedy in one sense? So, what was I saying last?
कहाँ जाना है?
Manjari.
I was saying that more than the most, even the what I was saying is the Swapaksha gopis of Srimati Radharani, her own camp. So that includes, it's like a ripple circle. Ashtasakhis, like Lalita, Vishaka, Tunga Vidya, Sudevi, Rangadevi, etc. There, and then there is further 8, 16, 30 to 64, and it is kind of very, very expanded. And 8 Sakhis are the most dear, and amongst the most dear is Lalita and Vishaka. Okay. But even beyond Lalita and Vishaka are the Manjaris. They are Manjaris. Why? The question may arise. So the question arises, why the Manjaris are the most dear to Srimati Radharani and even to Krishna? Is the door open? बंद कर दो भैया. अच्छा. Okay, anybody, make it a little interactive. Why are the Manjaris most dear to Radha and Krishna? Not you.
Because they serve in very intimate pastimes.
Very nice. Yes. They serve in the very much intimate pastimes of Radha and Krishna, where even the Ashtasakhis or other Sakhis are not permitted. They're permitted to a certain extent, but after some time they leave. But then there is some seva needed. Radharani is crying, Krishna is harassing, speaking some harsh words, she is crying. Somebody needs to give her a handkerchief. Somebody needs to give a cold glass of water or sharbat. Somebody needs to fan her. Gatiya malati mala devu dohu na gare. What is that? Sing, you know it. You are Radha Krishna Pran Mora Jugala Kishora. Aage, what is the seva? Narottam Das Thakur. That is Manjari Bhav. He is doing seva in that bhajan. Diye Tambula, right? Chamar Dulave. All these
seva.
they are doing it. That is why it is in the Nikunja they are not allowed Lalita Vishaka to a certain extent. They are present. So Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari. Sanatana Goswami is Labanga Manjari. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, next to, on the right side, to Raghunath Das Goswami is Raghunath Bhatta Goswami is Rasa Manjari. Then to the left of Sanatana Goswami is Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami is Vilas Manjari. And to the left of Vilas Manjari or Jiva Goswami is Gopal Bhatta Goswami, is Guna Manjari. So if you go to Radharaman temple, they sing a lot of bhajans because Radharaman appeared to Guna Manjari, Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So there are so many bhajans that end in Guna, like because the name of the poet comes at the end. Sura kahe Shyama suno, so Surdas has written it.
Yes.
That is Narottama kahe na theli or anga pae. Toma vina ke achi amar. So Narottam Das name comes. Right? They are the Manjaris there. Now, Raghunath Das Goswami has got two names, Tulsi Manjari and Rati Manjari. And now Lord Nityananda, coming back to our connection to the Utsav, Dahi Chida. Lord Nityananda or Lord Balaram is the only personality who is present in all 5 rasas. Shant Ras, Neutral Ras, Dasya Ras, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. Now, examples. Shant Ras, what is he present in?
Kartal, Mridanga.
Very good. Kartal, Mridanga, Puja Thali, paraphernalia. He is present in that. How is he in Dasya Ras?
Lord Lakshman.
Lord Lakshman is there. And also, yeah,
Ramanujacharya also do
Ramanujacharya is Lakshmana.
Yeah, incarnation.
Yeah, incarnation.
So
Anuja,
that way is
Anuja,
al-
yeah.
In that way is also.
Anuj means yeah, younger.
Oh.
So, but also even in Krishna Lila, Lord Balram serves Krishna. He also massages his feet like a das. He wants that, and he wants to teach us because he is the Adi Guru, how to serve Krishna. Ah. So he by personal example, that is the meaning of Acharya, through Acharan. Ah. Not just talk and no walk. So he is personally teaching how Dasya Rasa. Pujana Sakijana Atma Nivedana. What is that? Govinda Dasa Abhilava. What?
Yeah.
Right? So all this Lord Balaram is teaching through his example. Then in Sakya, of course he is his friend. Lord Balaram is his Sakha. He is in his, always present in his Sakha Mandali. Right? And then as Vatsalya. How is he in Vatsalya Rasa?
Elder brother.
Elder brother. When they go out for Gocharan, for cowarding, Mother Yashoda tells him, Balaram, now you are in place of Nanda Maharaj. Make sure he is very naughty. Pull his ear if you have to. And bring him back here and there. So many demons are roaming around in Braj. So you have to take care of him, just like Nanda Baba. So that Vatsalya Rasa is there. Now, the important question, who is he in Madhurya Rasa?
Ananga.
Very nice, Ananga Manjari. And she is the younger sister of Srimati Radharani. And she is the head of all the Manjaris. Actually, Manjari, just like we have first initiation, second initiation, right? Third initiation, sannyas. And then, if we are fortunate to enter into that Raj mood, and we will eventually qualify to become Manjaris, then Ananga Manjari initiates us. She gives us, this is your name, this is your seva, this is your dress, this is your residence, this is the gopi that you will be serving under. And that is why in Radhakund, the epicenter of Radhakund is the place called Swananda Sukhada Kunja. And that is the residence of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And no, it's also there is in Radhakund also. Mayapur also is there. That is Surabhi Kunja in Mayapur. Okay, by the railway tracks. Where Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's home. So, in Swananda Sukhada Kunj, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur discovered that spot, which is the residence. Around Radhakund, there are Ashta Manjaris. They have their own kundas. We cannot see them. There are Ashtasaki kunds also. Like we have Lalita Kund, we see that. We have Vishaka Kund.
Yes.
Yeah, we can take darshan, but there are others also that we cannot see. They have kind of, but those who have the eyes, they can still see it. So Ashtamanjari, Ashtasaki Kund. And even today they say that of pure devotees, their kunda steps are made of emeralds, diamonds. They can see that. And they can see the pastimes of Radha and Krishna and the naughtiness that happens in the water, Jal Vihar, etc. How? Srila Prabhupada Saraswati describes that even when the air that blows while Krishna is waiting in Radhakund for Srimati Radharani, and Radharani is in a distance, and the air that touches the veil of Srimati Radharani, the upper garment, when it goes into the nostril of Krishna, Krishna almost faints. His crown falls down. His kamarpatta, becomes loose and his belt, I'm sorry, his flute falls off his waist just by the fragrance of Srimati Radharani that blows in the air without even Radharani yet reaching Radhakund. So this epicenter of the Ashtamanjaris is the Anangamanjari's residence in Radhakund. And that's where Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur made his home, and then later on Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So even today we find, if you go take darshan there, it's a little bit inside just before the Jagannath temple in the Parikrama Marg. And we see Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's bed, his chair, his stick, his padukas, they're still there. So such places we should visit. So Ananga Manjari is senior to Tulsi Manjari. So therefore, I had heard that sometimes when the new Manjaris or the younger Manjaris and the senior Manjaris, what do? They chastise. Come! What have you done? The flowers are not ready yet? Go! Chapet. They put a little slap on their face. Go bring quickly. Go. You lazy? Come here. Do it quickly. So similarly in that rasa, you thief? Raghunath Das, you thief? Now you are punished. Feed everyone. Dahi Chida. So there are so many wonderful things. But time is of the essence. And we could keep going on and on and on. If the ears are there, if my desire is like what they describe, so if I have thousands of years and thousands of years, even then I would not be enough to glorify those wonderful, especially the Vraj pastimes, and to hear them. So tomorrow we will be having a wonderful festival at ISKCON Niagara, and the youth is going to do a wonderful play, and so we will be very fortunate to actually see the enactment of this Dahi Chida festival, and my many thanks to all of you for being here. My special thanks to my wife. I should not be saying that in public, but she's been on her feet early morning and she has not even taken a single morsel. I've been trying to, I know it's not that to, I've been trying to have her take something, but she's been, and she made some, I hope the Dahi Chida that he has made, the devotees will like. So, I don't know where she gets that energy from, but non-stop, I tell you. And again, my special thanks to Hitat Prabhu. He has been very helpful. He came the day before, helping setting up the tent, the tables, and so much help that was needed for this program, so that the devotees can be comfortable. We have tried our best. Please forgive us if there's anything that we have missed, and if it has any cause of discomfort, we apologize in advance.
Special thanks to His Grace Satchitananda Prabhu, whose back is already broken. He's taking so many injections just to sit properly. Still is doing so much nice katha without stopping. He's ready to do more, but I guess we are getting tired if you are not. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for ordering this.
We are truly grateful, Prabhu, for inviting all of us here. ISKCON of Niagara is grateful to you and for your
I am
association.
grateful. When Vaishnavas come, that is what, and I really miss my very dear friend Vaishnav Prabhu.
Yes, all of us.
He is one of the pioneers that I can never forget, and yeah, indeed, ISKCON Niagara means Vaishnav Das Prabhu.
Definitely.
That's for sure. And Janki Mataji, thank you. You are also like my wife, in the background. So much seva you've done all over the years. It's not that we don't notice. Thank you for your service as well. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Prabhupada, Ananta Modi, Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. So now we will have wonderful closing kirtan by His Grace कृतज्ञ कृष्ण प्रभु।
हरि बोल।